Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new playthrough. This one has got me pretty excited. I had kickstarted this quite some time ago. It's Trudvang Legends. Now, I don't know anything about the game that this is based on. I think it's based on a role-playing game. But I did like the artwork is amazing. It's a storytelling game, which is super cool. It's got some really unique and different mechanics for a storytelling, adventuring, role-playing type board game, which I actually like a lot. I hope. We'll see, because I haven't been able to play it, really. I read the rule book. I got familiarized. I familiarized myself with the combat, etc. I watched a little thing on a bit of a non-spoilery how to play. However, because of the nature of the game, this is truly a first play for me. And so the reason I say that is because it is a storytelling campaign-based game, and even though it's not a legacy game, you can reset everything and go again. It does tell a story, and I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I am, however, going to spoil it for you if you keep watching. Now, initially I'm going to talk a little bit. I've got everything set up. I'm going to talk a little bit about this setup. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because there's unboxings and setup stuff already out there. I just want to get into the game and play it with y'all. Now, I say that. I believe this is heavy spoilers. Like, I think if you reset it, you're going to go through this. If you go through the same story, you're going to have the same or similar experience. I know there's some diverging paths and things like that could take you in different directions, and I know it's sometimes interesting to see that. Now, mechanically, what is going on here? Well, we're going to be moving some fantasy-based characters in the Trudvang world around a map, completing story quests and doing things. There's a couple of unique mechanics here. One is this sleeving mechanic, which you can see here. We have this city here. It is actually in a sleeve on the board, and we will be adding or removing or replacing those things in the sleeve as time goes on. During the story, though, you don't, unlike a legacy game, you're not going to tear them up or do anything. You're just going to go away for the moment. But the sleeving is one of the unique or new mechanics. Those permanently go onto the board until they change out, which is nice, but the sleeves help keep them there. The other thing that's similar to a legacy type game, the other thing that's unique is the storyboard. Now you can see I already have some cards out. Like I said, I already did some setup. And what this is here, these are the game phases. You can see there's some empty slots, 1, 5, and 6. That means as the game goes on, we're going to introduce some new phases to the game. They're going to change how the turn goes. Right now we have 3 phases. We have travel, which basically means move. We have engage. Oh, hold on. My professional studio getting interrupted by dogs again. One can but laugh. If I didn't love dogs so much, I might have a problem with this. It was partly my dog, too. She decided to have some words with the dogs next door. So, anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. So currently we have 3 phases. We have the travel phase with which we'll move about the board, and it tells us some rules. And who knows, those are sleeve 2. The travel rules may change. I don't know the answer to that, but it would be unique and interesting if they did. Not necessarily unique. I've seen it in other legacy games, but the way they're doing it here is different. Now, with the travel phase, there's some things to say about it. When we travel and there's enemies, we're going to take damage based on the number of enemies that we're traveling out of if we choose to do that. Now, I saw a playthrough. I think they were saying they couldn't travel out of space. You can, you just take damage for doing it. So if you're trying to avoid risks to your health, you want to kill the enemies or defeat the enemies in your space rather than flee them. Now, once you've moved, you're going to engage. That's going to result in a couple of things. We're going to be playing a 2-player game. So if our players are together in a party, they will act in unison. If they're not, they will act separately, and we can do both. With the engage action, after we've moved, we could engage an enemy, meaning if there is an enemy, we are going to have a fight. If there is no enemy, we are going to draw an event card from an event deck. Simple enough, right? If our characters are together, they're going to draw one event, and it's going to tell us what we do. It could be one character making a test, could be multiple. If they're separate, they'll draw the same event card and take action separately, or the same with fighting against enemies. I don't know if we'll separate. We might. It might make sense. I haven't played this enough to know if that's good, but it is meant to be that you wander around separately, not necessarily in a party, so it could be times when we are forced to come together, sometimes not. I don't know the answer to that. After we've engaged, we can explore. Now, explore is going to allow us to look at, based on the rules, I haven't seen this in action yet, look at points of interest. And points of interest are going to have a token on it, like I was pulling out at random. This H, for example, is going to show us a point of interest. And with that point of interest, there's also a point of interest board, which I'll show you after I talk about the actions, that allows us to advance the story on the map on the current adventure. And there's these different cards that are big cardstock cards that are sleeved into it. It's a pretty interesting mechanic. Again, another unique mechanic. I kind of like that they're trying some different things. Then here we have the storyboard. Now this is going to end up, who knows what's going to get sleeved into these slots. I have no idea. But what we have currently is Level Up, which I'll show you what that says. And this is, it's called Starting Rules Number 1. Basically, we're going to, when we collect 3 experience points, we're going to be able to spend 3 to choose a feat to upgrade, and we're going to do that. I'll just show you how that happens when it happens. I don't think we need to do it now. And then also, the other one is defeat, meaning what happens if our hero is defeated. Well, that's going to be an interesting mechanic because there's these things called weird feats, and if you get knocked out, you come back with 6 health and you can keep going. You don't actually die, but you inherit one of these supernatural weird feats that could be good or bad or indifferent, and if you keep them throughout the game, it could have an impact on the game for you. That is the storyboard. Now we're going to see lots of things come out here. This is going to be a long playthrough, by the way. Just gearing you up for that. This may even be a long video. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to enjoy this because I enjoy these types of games. So I'll definitely try and make it fun for y'all. And again, this is a learn to play. Because I didn't want to spoil the story, we're going to be learning this together as we go through the story, so I get the same surprises you get. Now, I talked about the events board, or the events over there, and this is the storyboard that will unlock when we open up various locations and points of interest. And like I said, these are in a sleeve, so you can see this comes out. I don't want to take it out because we don't want to know what's in it. But when we open these up, and we will be opening this one here up at the beginning, so we're going to start with that once we get going into play. We're going to uncover things, and basically it's got this really neat mechanic where you just pop it out, and now that's open and available to you to read. It's probably going to give you some instructions in that big giant book in the middle of the room, the board there. I've already kind of set up for the first mission, which is why you see some specific enemies out here on the table. The enemy mechanics are actually pretty simple. It has a little bit of Gloomhaven in it, and that we're going to be drawing from an enemy attack deck. Okay, when we fight, when they attack us. And this symbol matters on that. There could be this symbol on it. If the symbol does exist, then we're going to do what it says. There's some ways to avoid that symbol as well. And like, for example, these forest trolls have this ability to discard one positive, I can't remember what they're called, trait or whatever. There's traits that go on the board that help us. This is one positive one. It usually results in us getting more Chronicle Points. We'll discuss that in a second too. Or more attack, or, a variety of things. And they're tokens, by the way. There's a big thing of tokens on this. This forest troll is an enemy. It has 3 health, 2 attack value, and 0 defense. So that's one of the enemies we'll be facing in this adventure. We also have the Draugr, which are undead. Kind of like, I think, you see those in The Witcher 2, the Draugr. They're basically come up out of the water. They're undead creatures. I don't know how, zombies, skeletons, whatever. They have 4 health, 2 attack, and 0 defense. They also have this ability when this symbol's pulled during their attack. They exhaust. I have to exhaust or I take 2 damage. And you'll see what exhausting means when we talk about the characters directly, our 2 characters. And then the Garm, it has 5 health, 2 attack, and no defense. To activate its ability, we're going to gain this bad trait. I think they're called traits. I'll double check, but anyway, they're traits to me. But you have to have both the symbols in the attack. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not sure how that plays out yet, because normally you just draw 1 card for an attack. Okay, now let's talk about our characters, because then we can jump in and start playing. Another mechanic that's becoming more common is bag building, and this is a bag building game. We're going to be drawing runes out to do tests, defeat monsters, and other things. Okay, I have already put the runes that we need in the bag. The bag matches the color of the base that the character has, so this is orange. This is going to be the character Lidana. This is her. What's unique on each of these? Because every character is a bit asymmetrical and unique. This is her class. She is a dim walker, which is kind of like a religious zealot. This is her health. I've already marked that on the board there. And these are the runes that went into her bag. 3 water, 3 air, 2 earth, 2 fire, and 5 demonic tokens. I guess they're mist tokens or bad tokens. Okay, and when you see, I mentioned exhausting. It says exhaust, return the last runes drawn to the bag, so we can exhaust to return runes. And when we're exhausted, there's some different effects. We don't want this. We want to stay unexhausted if possible. And I don't know how you become unexhausted yet, really, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Again, she is a dim walker, which means she started with some equipment. She got this dim walker's text. It's a tome of spells and magic for 2 Chronicle Points, which we start with 0. She can do an attack of 3 damage. It says this happens before the enemy's attack because it's an item. There's fast attacks, there's item attacks, there's some different things that will have an effect here. And then most importantly, we have our feat deck. And it does tell you what you're going to do here on this track. So in combat, we're going to draw 4 of the feats from this deck. Now you'll see a bunch of other feats here. This is the enhancement deck. We're going to draw 4 at once, we're going to put them up here. Then we're going to draw 3 runes at a time. It's a kind of a press your luck mechanic. And we're going to either be able to place them on the feats that we have and use them, or they're going to fill up these spots where we can't place them. And this means if we only fill up to these 3, we're going to have a good effect based on the traits we have. If we get to here, there's 0 effect, and if we get to here, we get to absorb all the bad effects from the traits we have. So that's that. Now on a test, we're going to draw 7 tokens from our bag and see if we can actually succeed at the test. So these are the feats that we have. These are shuffled up. There are, I think, 8 of them in the initial set of level 1 feats. And as we advance our character, as I showed you on the level up thing, we're going to gain more feats. That's basically how that works. These are Chronicle Points. They allow us, as you can see here, I can spend 2 Chronicle Points. And if the target is a Draugr, I gain 1 as well. So if we hit a Draugr, we'll gain 1 of those back. That's kind of nice. But we will get these as we go. We start with none. This is our health. It goes down to 0. We are knocked out, as you saw. We come back with a weird feat. The other character I chose is Mailing, who is a guy. It's not Mailing, it's Mailing, I guess, or Maling, or something like that. These are like, I don't know, Nordic names or something. You can see this is his class symbol. He's a ranger, which I think is common to anybody who plays role-playing games. He has 10 health. These are the runes that are in his bag. It says exhaust to return the last rune drawn. Last rune drawn to the bag. That's easy enough. Same as Ladina, and that's his other stuff there. He starts with the Ranger's Traps, basically 2 Chronicles to defeat 1 enemy with 3 or less health automatically. That's pretty good. And his stack of feats. He has the green bag, and we're going to see how he plays out. He does have more health than Ladina. He has 10. She had 8 to start with. And I really think that's it to get set up and get going. So I think we're going to open up our storybook and start talking. So I'm going to go over that, and we're going to start reading some stories and having some good times with Trudvang Legends. Get ready, because here we go. Now, I didn't show you absolutely everything. There's going to be things that I'm going to leave as a surprise. And the text in this book is quite a bit smaller than some of the other games. They packed a lot in here, so I don't know how clearly you'll be able to see it on screen, but I'll be reading it to you. Now, we're going to be playing C1, the Child of Light. It's the one that says if this is your first game, this is where you start. And I'll read everything, and then we'll go over the stuff that's going to happen here. There's a thing that we still have to do as a part of setup of this campaign, which I didn't do, which was reveal the first location. We'll do that in a moment. But let's start reading. It says, Introduction. Travelers, welcome to Trudvang, a vast land of heroic sagas and epic adventures. Like many sagas, this one begins in the golden light of autumn as you sit about the fire, drinking honeyed mead and sharing tales with your fellow travelers. Your respite is interrupted by a harried courier, happy to have found you so quickly. The courier presents a letter from your mentor, the ancient elf Kirjanti, who trained you and so many others in your youth. He urges that you hasten to his tower in Edgeland. You've not heard from him in a good while, but Kirjanti is an ancient and wise, and he would not seek you over trifling matters. In the pre-dawn light, you take the road itself, beset with the usual perils, yet your hearts are uneasy for different reasons altogether. Okay, so it says take Adventure Sheet 1. We did that and already put it in the bag, in that slot that I showed you. We're going to place all the heroes on Edgeland. We have done that. We're going to reveal enemies, Draugr, Forest Troll, and Garm. We've done that. We're going to place 2 Forest Trolls on the Dranvelt. I did that. Place 2 Draugr on the Trollbridge Mountains, and in the wilds we've done that. And then reveal Point of Interest A. So we're going to do that next. So I'm going to get the Points of Interest board out here, and we're going to reveal the very first one as part of our setup. It says Kirjanti's Tower. Kirjanti's Tower, the tower of the elf Kirjanti, your old mentor. You received a message from him requesting your urgent presence. please, it says interact to read with C1. So A, it says it's in the Edgelands, so I'm going to get out token A. And probably should just keep these out because I don't want to have to shuffle through and find them. There's token A. We're going to go put that on the Edgelands up here, and that'll be our first point of interest and the first thing that we interact with on our very first turn. So as you can see, we've already revealed something. How cool is that? But we haven't interacted with it yet, so we're going to get going, and we're going to start our actual game rounds, starting with the travel phase, etc. Okay, here we are at the... We started in Edge, I think it's pronounced Edgelands, EJD land, Edgeland. Sounds right. We are currently in the travel phase. So in the travel phase we could move. We're going to choose not to because I think obviously we need to stay there and talk to our former mentor Khajanti, who trained both Ladana and Mailing in some magical capabilities and things of that nature. So we have basically done the travel phase. We're not going to move, and we're in a party. So then we're going to move to the engage phase. I just moved the token over, so it... here, I'll just pull over so you can see it a little bit, maybe. There you go. You can see that and the board there. No, you can't. Doesn't matter. I moved it over. Okay. So now we are on the engage phase. Now, because we don't have any enemies, we're going to first draw an event, and that event is going to lead to something happening. So I'm shuffling the event deck. I'll put that right here. Give it a quick cut, and we'll see what we get. Okay, it says, picking fruits. You find a... I got to pull this closer because it's a little hard for me to read at a distance. You find a fructiferious tree. Deciding to stop to pick and eat the fruit, you delay your journey. Each hero discards one positive trait, I don't have any, and gains 1 health. Okay, already in a pickle. Do I gain the health if I can't discard this? I mean, I don't have any. And gaining a health, does that put me over my limit? Let me take a look at that and see if I can determine. It could be a nothing. I could just be eating some fruit. Okay, well, I can't find whether or not it's this versus that. Like, I can't find it says each hero discards one and gains. So I think it's and, but we can't discard one because we don't have one of these. So I guess we just get the gain. I'm going to take it that way. We're going to each gain a health. And it says, I did read, that can take you over your limit. So Mailing is up at an 11 now, and Ladana is at a 9. We had some really wonderful fruit there. But that is going to end the engage phase. We took care of the event, and then we're going to go on to explore. It says heroes in this region, free of enemies, interact with a point of interest and or a location in their region. Otherwise, skip this phase. Well, we are going to interact with point of interest A and get the book out and see what happens. Okay, don't spoil it yourself. Don't spoil it for yourself by reading ahead. Let's just, don't worry about any of this. We're going to start here. I'll read it to you. You can follow along, or you can just listen. Khajanti welcomes you warmly. I'm relieved to see you again, my friends. My days are troubled and my nights restless. The Snow Saga is in jeopardy. From his pocket he pulls a mystic stone, beautiful and white, almost thrumming with power. I have guarded it for centuries. In my waking hours, I keep it on my person. At night it returns to the vault. You know well the task laid upon your mentor's shoulders, but you're unsure of the true extent of the artifact's powers. You know Oktar, Jarl of Storhaven. Troubles stalk his lands, and he has asked me for aid. I would send you to the wildland, if you're willing, but the hour is late, and your old rooms await you. We shall make counsel tomorrow. Your slumber that night is populated by a nightmare. A mighty warrior, taller than most men, passes your window, climbing the tower. He is armed with 2 massive cleavers that has never known honest work. You awake at midday. You've slept far longer than normal and feel weary as after a day of chopping wood. Very unnatural. You seek Khajanti, but no one answers. In his private quarters, in the uppermost chamber, you find your old mentor dead in his bed, the sheets soaked through with his blood. A cry of anguish escapes you unbidden. Bloody tracks are apparent on the floor from the bed to the window. Someone must have climbed the tower. Was your dream truly prophetic? The Snow Saga! You race down the tower to the vault, only to find bloody footsteps on the marble flooring. The vault door is shattered, and the Snow Saga is missing. Poor Khajanti did not deserve his fate, and had always stressed how vital it was that this mysterious artifact of the distant past never fall into the wrong hands. Now it has happened. Any hero in the party may perform an Intelligence 3 check, that's the water symbol, by the way, to investigate the crime. I think we'll do that, and I think it says any hero. So there's some rules on that. Any hero, this hero, that hero. It basically describes it in tests. And so let me see if I can find that in the game book to read to you exactly what it says about tests and that sort of thing. So each hero in the party may, and I think that's what this one says, right? Any hero. This is any hero. So any hero in the party may. This is an optional test that, if chosen to be performed, required at least one hero in the region to participate. I don't know why we both wouldn't participate. It gives us a good chance of trying to accomplish it. But we'll start with the person that has the most intelligence, which is going to be Lyda. She's got 3 of these symbols in her bag, so we're going to draw 7 from her bag and see if she can do it. Now, again, we can all participate in this test, and so we'll see if we can get it. Let's see what we get. There's 1, 2, 3, and I have to keep drawing. I just can't get 7 at a time. I don't want to overdraw. 4, 5. We're failing so far. We've failed so far. Now I can redraw to exhaust myself. 6, 7. So we have 1 out of a required 3 to succeed. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. We may fail at this test. Then I will take these back. We know that we have 1 success with LaDonna. She actually, the smart one, didn't do so well. She's got 3 in her bag. Now we're going to go on with Mailing as well. He's going to see if he can support this and get a couple of good draws out of here. So we're going to draw 7 again, see if we can get 2 more of these. He does have 2. We'd have to get lucky and get them both. We did not get those there. So there's 2, 3. Man, wow, this is going to be rough, y'all. Our very first test of the game, we're going to fail. 4, 5, 6. There's 2. Come on, one more. Trying to shake it up really good. Let's see. Come on. Nope. Failed. Okay, so we failed this test. Let's see, and both of us participated, so that means we'll both take the consequences if we fail. It says, if all heroes fail, continue to read. Okay, well, we did all fail. Didn't seem like there was a good chance to get that. 3 successes. We only had 5 total tokens out of whatever's in our bag apiece. So it says, if all heroes fail, continue to read. You can follow the bloody footsteps to seek your mentor's assassins, or go to the wildlands and find Jarl Oktor, as Kurjanti wanted. Discard point of interest A. So we're going to discard point of interest A. We're going to get out point of interest B and find C here. C, and we're going to draw those out as well. So let's get our board out and see what we have here. I have a feeling this is going to be the wildlands and our Jarl of Storehaven, yeah. Okay, let's see. So B, here we're unlocking B. It says Assassin's Tracks, Trollbridge Mountains. So that means B is going to go in the Trollbridge Mountains right there. It says the tracks of Kurjanti's assassins seem to point west in the direction of the Trollbridge Mountains. Okay, we've got that figured out. Then we're going to pull open C here. It says Palace of Jarl of Storehaven in the Wildlands. Jarl Oktar, the most powerful man in the Wildlands, warned Kurjanti of the dangers in his lands and requested you visit. He is still unaware of the murder of your old mentor. That is going up in Stormhaven, so we'll put that location there, and then we will put the book up for just a moment because we have our board ready to go. And here we are. So we have currently, we are both in, put the events away over here, we're both in Edgelands. We can move to either the Trollbridge Mountains and follow the bloody tracks, or we can head north to Storehaven. I want us to do both, but I think whatever was able to kill our mentor, I don't know if it's these Draugr here, they might be pretty tough. It said it's something with 2 cleavers. I think we're going to stick together as we investigate the bloody tracks. So that'll end the phase, by the way. There's nothing else to do on the explore phase. So we're going to move our token back to the travel phase. And now, normally, basically, combat is just like a turn. It's a part of the engage phase. So, you know, if you have multiple players going in different directions, combat could take multiple turns for you to fight. But and it will for us as well. But because we're going to travel together as a party, it might look a little and feel a little differently at first. So I think when we go back to the Explore phase, we have nobody here. We can either head to the Ice Peak Mountains and head north, or we can head to the Trollbridge Mountains. And I think we're going to head to the Trollbridge Mountains as a pair. We are quite capable of fighting, I believe, these Draugr. So we're going to have to take these guys on first when we get there before we can interact with that. Hopefully we can kill them in a round or so, but we'll see. So we're going to move there. That was our travel phase. Now we go to the engage phase. Now you remember in the last phase we actually drew an event card, but because we have monsters to encounter, we're not going to do that. We're going to fight. So basically we're going to draw our feat cards, and within that, this is where it gets a little interesting. So within the feat cards, we're going to have powers that we can activate. We're going to do them one at a time with our characters. So we'll take our turn, a turn with a character, then a turn with our other character. We'll actually do it at the same time, basically. We do have a leader, and that's going to be Ladonna. She has the leader's token. I don't know how that comes into play right now, but it will at some point. Now, in the combat, we are going to draw our feat cards. Then we're going to use our items. So let's take a look at the combat phase. I think it's on the back of the book, since this will be our first combat. Planning, so this will be the first part of the phase. Okay, planning. We're going to choose to activate items from the companions with instant effects. So neither of them actually say instant effects on the items, and I don't have any Chronicle Points, so we can't do that. Then we're going to draw 4 cards from our feat deck. We're going to draw 3 runes until we're going to press our luck and on the mistrack, and we'll see how that goes. If the mistrack slots are not completely filled, choose to continue or keep or stop, and then once all heroes have stopped, we're going to fill the mistrack. Then we're going to go to our resolution step. Let's start with the first part of that. Starting with Ladonna, we are going to draw 4 of these. I'll just put the leader token over here for the moment. Now, oh, not these, sorry, these. I did shuffle them, but I'll give them another quick shuffle again. And we are taking on the Draugr, so I'll put this right here for now so you can see the enemy that we're fighting. There's 2 Draugr in there, which means they're going to get to attack both of us unless we can kill one of them very quickly. So here we go, shuffled and cut. Okay, 1. Soul Shatter. Okay, that looks like an attack card. That is good. 2, Healing Flood. Good. She's got healing. Troll Strength and Silence. Okay, so we're going to put those, we'll put these here, and we'll start to draw out of our bag and see how this goes. And then we'll go do it for our other character. Then we'll start to interact with these. So basically, Soul Shatter does, basically, if we can fill these 2 slots, could stop saying basically. We're going to do 3 hits. We could spend 2 Chronicle Points to gain 2 health. So lots of opportunities for healing. This is purely healing. Troll Strength. 1 attack from any one hero deals +2 damage, or we can spend a Chronicle to attack attack from any one hero does 3 damage. Then we have Silence. We can gain a Chronicle. If any enemy has a revealed ability, cancels effects, and gain a Chronicle. That's pretty good. I think we want to get that active. Anyway, here's our bag. We're going to start to draw out. I'm shuffling them up in there. We draw 3 at a time. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this one immediately goes into the slot. We can't do anything about that, but we do have a fire. I want to... let's see, I think we'll put this fire here, and we'll put, now we're going to limit ourselves doing some of this. I'm going to put that here, and hopefully we don't draw too many out. So far we've almost activated a couple abilities. We've got 3 tokens out. And let's see, 1, 2, let's draw one at one time. 1, oh, bad news there. Hopefully we draw better than that. 2, fire again, that's not bad, we could slot for that, and 3. Okay, this is good. So we can do this one, so now we got our Soul Shatter in there for sure. This will go on, I can actually get, but Healing Flood, I don't know that I need to do that. I don't, not hurt. So I think we'll put that one here. I put that there because I didn't want to put it here. And then this, of course, last one goes there. So now we're at a point where we're close to not losing the good effect of the draw. But we're going to draw 3 more because we need, I want to see if we can get the Troll Strength going. We haven't been able to do that yet. So we're going to draw 1. Okay, that's perfect. 2. Oh man, that's not good. That's going to go on the board, right? And 3. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Well, this is good because we're going to fill this here. We still are in the blue area, so we're okay there. Then we're going to place this here. Wait. Yeah, and then this here. Okay, so we didn't get Troll Strength, but we did get Silence and our our Soul Shatter up. Now let's go do the same thing for our other character. Okay, we're going to draw these. I'll go a little faster as we go through this, but this is the first time we've done the combat, so we're going to take our time and make sure it's done right and see what we get. So our first draw is going to be tracking. Our second will be focus. Our third, I'm just shuffling as we go to make sure it's really shuffled up. Dodge. Well, that's going to be good. That means he can take the damage maybe from the Draugr if we don't kill one. And Mighty Shot. Those are good feats for us, I think. Let's draw our tokens and see what we get. And remember, we're fighting the Draugr. Okay, so first up, I do notice in these little bags they get in the corners, you got to really dig them out. So we're going to get that, that, that. Okay, this is not a bad draw for us. So this will go here. I can get dodge immediately. So let's pull that out of the hat right there. We'll get dodge. So now we know we're dodging. We got a lot of stuff we can do here. We got dodge right off the bat. That's good. Okay, so we're going to get 1, 2. Oh, look at that. This is awesome. And 3. Oh, look at nothing bad out of this. And everything can be placed. So we're going to place here on tracking. We'll place this one here. Oh, wait. Do I want to get focus? Yeah, we're going to put both these on focus, and then we'll put this one over here. That gives us more options there on the Mighty Shot. We haven't been able to hit yet, though, so we need one more air. Do I have one? It's got 2 in here in the bag, so we'll see. We're doing really good at this character. So 1, 2, and uh-oh. Are we going to be able to get the other one we need out? Oh, no, 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 no. And I'm going to want us to stop there, I think, because I want some Chronicle Points. So all 3 of our slots are filled up. We do have our focus and our dodge, but we did not get our Mighty Shot in, which means we will not kill one of the Draugr. Now, the Draugr take 2, but they are going to attack us first. So they're both going to hit us, which means it's okay because we actually have some extra health, right? Okay, so we're done. He's going to stop there. We're not going to continue to draw tokens because I want to get this first ability. So, okay, we did all this. Once all heroes have stopped or filled their mistrack, go into the resolution step. Okay, resolve the mistrack triggers. Okay, so how this works is, and you can still see Mailing's mistrack. We still are in the blue, which means we're going to look at our traits here that we have. I'm calling them traits. Still may not be. And there's you see this blue plus C and a red minus 2 health. Well, we don't take the red effects until we get here. We're going to pile up effects on here as well. You'll see that as we go through this. But right now we're going to take this effect, which means we get +1 Chronicle Point. Now, if you recall, there's things we can do here to gain Chronicle Points, plus there's items that we can spend Chronicle Points on. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for Ladonna. Again, we didn't go over out of the blue section, so we get to do this as well. That means she does get a Chronicle Point. That is nice. Okay, so after we do that, in the resolution step, we're going to resolve the effects of skills and fast attack feats. We don't have any of skills. Skills. We have one here. We have one here. We have one skill that we have activated. It is silence. So we're going to activate the skill. It means I'm going to just slide it up. It means that it's active. And it says gain 1 Chronicle Point, so we'll do that. And then if enemy ability is revealed, cancel it and gain 1 Chronicle Point. That's really good for us. That's a skill. And let's go see if we do the same thing with, that's the only skill that's activated. Then after we activate a skill, we're going to resolve the attacks of all enemies. Okay. We do have a skill here. It's called Focus. We can gain, we're going to gain 1 positive attack and 1, okay, this is going to be interesting. You'll get to see how this works right now. So we have this huge pile of tokens like this. So we're going to get one that says -1 defense if we hit the red. That's going to go, actually that's going to go second. So we're going to get +1 attack. So our focus is on our attack. So see, we're going to get a focus attack right here. They're double-sided. So we're going to place that one there, and we're going to place this -1 defense right here. So if we were to go in the red next time, like if we ended up here, we would have taken -2 health and lost a defense. That's not going to happen. We just gain that focus, right? So that skill has taken place, and that is the only skill that is activated for him. So now we're going to go on to the enemy resolution. So there's the Draugr, and it says resolve the attacks of all enemies by pulling out enemy card. Now, we're going to, on this first Draugr, Mailing is going to take the hit. Probably going to take the hit on both. We have the dodge ability, which means we can absorb up to 2, and they do 2. normally. Now this card is going to affect that, and making sure it's really well shuffled, because I want to make sure we have a good spread of what's going to happen, good or bad, so we don't get all good or all bad in one shot. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, we'll do one more cut, and then we'll draw the first one. A -2. Boom, perfect. All right, so that means whoosh, the first Draugr swings at us and misses. It does have that ability, which does not match the ability there, so we don't have to trigger that. Then we're going to draw another card. Mailing's going to take that attack again. It is a +0. That is 2. We have dodge. Bang, no problem. We have absorbed the attacks from the Draugr. Okay. Now we get to choose one. We choose one hero to defend the enemy attack. We did that. Reveal the topmost enemy card. We did all that. We didn't take any damage. Now we're going to resolve the effects of the hero's attack. Now the only one that got an attack this round was our awesome character, Ladonna, who got Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter is going to do 3 damage, which is enough, as you can see, not quite enough to kill a Draugr. That's a bummer. But we can spend 2 Chronicles to gain 2 health. We don't need to do that. And that's the only thing that's going to happen. So we're going to put 3 damage on one of the Draugr here in our first round of combat. Now, that's each of us going through our engage phase. That actually is going to end this round of combat, and I will clean up off camera, but just to show you, we're going to take all the runes, we're going to put them all back in the bag, and we're going to discard these feats that were not used. Okay, so these are for him. They go back in that bag. I got to be very careful about that. And then the ones for Ladonna go back in hers. And that's that. Now, then again, we're going to pick these up. They're going to be discarded. This game takes up a lot of space on the table, which means they're right there. They're discarded right there. These are also discarded. The attack cards go there. The Draugr goes back. We haven't killed any of the Draugr yet, but we have completed our engage phase. Okay, so now we would go to our explore phase. And because there's enemies on our map, we can't actually explore that location yet. We have to defeat our enemies. So just to show you, this is where it would get interesting if we were not in a party, because we might be, if someone else could be exploring while one is engaging. So we go to the explore phase. We can't do anything there, so we're going to skip it. Go back to the travel phase. Well, unless we want to take damage, we're not going to do anything there either. So then we're going to both go back to the engage phase. Now again, if we were in separate locations, we'd be separating that out. Okay, since we're back at the engage phase, you see we do have this one Draugr that is damaged here. We're going to go back and fight them again. Hopefully we get to kill some of them this round. Once again, we're going to start with Lyda. We're going to look for, let's see, just go through the combat steps again. Oh wait, oops, didn't get these back in her bag. Okay, that would have been not so good, right? Okay, we're going to draw out our 4 feat cards. I think that's what we're going to do because there's nothing else to do. Choose an item. Choose to activate items and companions with instant effects. See, I don't think this is an instant effect. It doesn't say it is, so I think it's not. I think it's just an item. And it says draw 4 cards, draw 3 tokens. Once all heroes have stopped, filled, or tracked, it seems in the resolution to resolve the mistrack, resolve the effects of each skill and fast attack feat, resolve all enemies. Then the heroes defending, resolve all effects from heroes unused until all heroes involved in combat may activate an item. Okay, so that's step 5. So we're okay there. Okay, let's draw the 4 cards out. We got Healing Flood again. Hand of Death. That sounds wonderful. Soul Shatter and Bloodworm's Blood. That's gain a Chronicle or spend 2 Chronicles to gain a positive health token there. So Ladonna does a lot of healing. This is cool. So we're going to draw our 3 tokens. Let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not good. Starting off right away poorly on this one. We may have to not gain a benefit this turn. So we'll put this on. This one gives us options. So I think we'll do this one here for now. On Bloodworm's Blood. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Well, there we go. We got all good things there. I don't know if we can place them all, though. We can't. So we're going to end up with 3. That means we're going to have to decide whether or not we're going to keep going with that. But we have this water one. I think we'll put it here on... No, I don't want Healing Flood. I think we'll put it here on Hand of Doom and hope we get lucky. And then we'll put this one on Soul Shatter. So either one of those is good. And then this one, unfortunately, is going to the draw space. So hopefully we don't lose some health getting into the red. Let's see. We don't have anything active, so we're going to have to draw again. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is fine. We're not going to get any positive effects, but we're going to get to do some things. So there's the Hand of Doom, and there's Lidworm's blood. Okay, so we got these two ready to go. Now let's go do the same thing for Mailing. Okay, let's get in here and see if we can do so. Oh, wait, got to draw our feats first. Let's get our feats out. We've got Dodge, Quick Shot, Quick Shot. These are fast attacks. If we could, oh, we got to get these in there. We got to get them in play. These two fast attacks. These are good. Let's see if we can get Dodge and some quick shots in. Maybe we could kill them before we have to worry about it too much. 1, 2, and oh, this is not good. 3, not terrible. So this one's going on here. We don't have any place for the water, which is water is intelligence, by the way, and the just to show you, the leaf is agility, right? Yeah, agility. Okay, so we're going to do a quick shot for sure right here. Hopefully we get more of those. Now I have a whole bunch of those agility tokens, so we should be able to get more than that. Okay, we're getting the water ones again. The water ones are burning us. So, okay, this is good. We're full on the blue, which means we may not be able to get that benefit, but check this out. I am going to get the Dodge. Now the question is, do I want to keep going? Wait, I want a fast attack. Oh, you know what? Oh, it's rough. Okay. Well, we don't have any more of those water tokens in there. Those are gone. So that's good. So 1, 2, okay. Well, we found the third one. That's bad. 4. Oh, this is bad for us. We're going to take damage. Look, boom and boom. Now we know we're going to take these, so we're only going to block 1. And we have 1 of these, so nothing. It doesn't help us at all. I'll put it right there. God, I almost have to do it again, don't I? I can't. I have to stop now. So this was not the best draw for us. Let's go back to resolving now, our resolution phase. We're going to take some damage, y'all. But, because we never got one of our fast attacks off. Not one of them. We didn't pull a single of the fire tokens out. So we did not get our crippling shot. So both times now, our ranger has not been able to attack. This kind of sucks. And this is not a fast attack. So, okay, let's start with skills, right? So we don't have any fast attacks. We're going to start with skills. Ludwin's Blood, we're going to gain 1 Chronicle, or spend 2 Chronicles and any hero gains a +1. I think we'll do that, because I think those are really effective. And I believe, because we're about to start taking damage, we're going to activate the second part. So I'm going to spend 2 Chronicle points. No, you know what, though? I think I'm not going to do that. We're going to get a Chronicle point from that, because I can use the text to attack the other Draugr, maybe kill it. I don't know. Damage does not carry over. So we're not going to do that. That's a cool ability. I'm just not going to do it. So that skill is done. Now, unfortunately for our ranger, nothing. It's not helpful at all. We got nothing going on there from skills. So now, after skills, we're going to resolve the attacks of enemies. Okay, well, this sucks. Okay, here's our Draugr. We're going to attack. It doesn't say whether or not you reshuffle the deck for the monsters. I was trying to find that. If anybody knows, I think you end up drawing it down, which means it can get progressively better or worse for you depending on how lucky you are in the beginning. But we'll just play it out because there's only 2 cards out right now anyway. Okay, so we do have a Dodge. Unfortunately, we're going to suffer. Oh, we got to suffer these effects. So we got nothing from the effects of LaDonna, and here though we're going to suffer 1, 2, and -1 defense. So we only have 1 defense against this enemy. We're going to take the first enemy attack here. It's a +2. Oh my gosh! No symbol. That's not bad. So we're going to take 1. It does 2. So we're going to take 4 total. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was really rough on our ranger. Okay, and I think our next attack, we're going to defend it with LaDonna. Now, LaDonna can't stop this, but it's okay. +0, that is better. That means she took 2. She's down to 7. This was not a good round for us, but let's see. Do we end up killing anything? So I have the Hand of Death. It does 3, and if the target is left with 1, defeat it and gain 1. Okay, this is good because we have 1 that has 1. We're going to do that. So we're going to attack with the Hand of Death. I'll show you that card. We're going to attack with the Hand of Death. If the target is left with 1 health, defeat it and gain 1 Chronicle point. That's exactly what's going to happen because we're going to do 3 to this healthy one. And that means we defeat it and gain a Chronicle point. She's at 4 now. And then we will use our Dim Walker text for 2 points to do 3 damage. 1, 2, and kill the other Draugr. Okay. So we killed them both. That means they are now off the board, and that is a good thing. However, we did take some damage. Which was not a good thing. So we're going to put the enemy book away. We're going to put that away. And now what happens? We do each gain. I got to find the tokens for it. Which ones are the experience tokens? I need to remember. They are these. All right. No. Where are the experience? There we go. This is an experience token, so each of our characters who fought in that battle is going to gain an experience. Let's put it on their board. And then that is the end of the fight. So we did defeat it. That is the creatures. That is good. We're going to put all the runes back in the bag. I'll do that and clean up off camera. Okay, now that the combat is over, we are going to move on to our explore phase, and we're going to check out this location B. So location B says that is the trail of the assassin's tracks. It says interact and read C1026. So we're going to get that out of the book, C1026. All right. Here we go. I'll read this to you. It is right here. Again, don't read ahead. Please, please, please. That would be bad. Okay. It says, the tracks of the mysterious assassin and thief disappear in the rocky ground near a desolate village at the base of the mountains. You enter the only tavern, a smoky, unsavory place. The locals stare at you with suspicion and mutter to each other over their mugs. Discard point of interest B. Boom. That is done. And then it says, you need information, but only 2 patrons seem open enough to speak with you. The first is a muscular woodcutter, well on his way to being very drunk, while the second, a dwarf, probably a stranger like you, sitting alone at the table. Who you ask? Okay, we have to make a choice. We can speak to the drunk woodcutter, read C103, or approach the lone dwarf. I think the drunk woodcutter might know more, but he's drunk. Let's talk to the drunk woodcutter. Let's just see. We might be making a huge mistake here, but we'll see how this plays out. Okay. The woodcutter smiles at you, showing missing teeth. Sure, I saw something strange round the village, but my throat is dry and the day was so very hot, likely to have sweat myself into a faint. After a couple of tankards of ale, his heat exhaustion seems alleviated. 2 days back, though, thereabouts, I saw a cloaked man taking the high pass to Trudvang Mountains. Well, not sure he was really a man, being so big. What a helm he had. Huge, black, big horns. Anyway, I'll mark your map if you'd like. Now that you have a hint, you can venture to the pass the woodcutter saw for you, or you can speak to the dwarf if you haven't yet. So we can follow the woodcutter to the mountains. Well, he said he'd mark our path, but I don't see that he did. What's the entry there? So it says, follow the mountain's path indicated to the woodcutter, C1033, or talk to the dwarf. Let's talk to the dwarf too. I mean, why not, right? I mean, we're here. We're going to go to, was it C103, C108. Okay, here we go. Let's just pop that over here. A tankard is always a good introduction when meeting a dwarf. He invites you to sit at his table. He introduces himself as Draugr, a wandering prospector. When you ask him for info about the assassin you are hunting, he scratches his beard before answering. Hey, I saw a massive fellow, an ogre, pretty sure, entering the pass. But he never reached the end. There's an old dwarven mine, now dried up. Lets you cross the mountains from below, much faster than climbing up the pass, if you don't mind the dangers. Seeing your reaction, he adds, I hate ogres, you know. If you want, I'll lead you through the mine. Not the safest place for surfacers. Now that you have a track, you can accept the dwarf's offer to go through the mines, or you can speak to the woodcutter if you haven't. I think we'll take the dwarf through the mines. He seems like someone who might be more reliable than the drunk guy, right? So we're going to go to entry 07, which is right above. Okay. Speak to the... Wait. Oh, the woodcutter, drunk woodcutter. So we're going to go to C117, 17, which is over on this page, over here. Okay, let's do that. You follow the Draugr and the damp mind. Even the interior, right? That's 0117, yeah. Even its interior is shrouded in mist. Almost there, the dwarf assures you. Yet the words in his throat are as three ragged warriors clad in shredded, piecemeal armor emerge from the darkness, silent as death. Draugrs! Ghosts of fallen warriors, one of them, better dressed than the other, seems to be the leader. They advance towards you, weapons risen. If there is a warrior in the party, nope, you can perform a strength test. If there's not, if they succeed, no. Otherwise, place 3 Draugr in the region and reveal point of interest H. Okay, so we're going to unfortunately have to fight some more Draugr with this dwarf. Now I'm wondering if we made the right decision. It is here. They are here with us in the Trollbridge Mountains as we're going through there. We'll put this aside and we're going to get out. We're going to reveal location H from our board. Man, this game takes up a lot of space. Okay, so we're going to look at location H here. Inside the mines, Trollbridge Mountains. So let's get out location H. The horrific and vile undead block your passage through the mines. Defeat and interact with C0130. Okay, so now we're going into combat, which is where we're going to leave it for today. I think that's been a good long video. We are going to enter combat with 3 Draugr, not 2. That is going to be bad. We took a little bit of a beating just from 2. Maybe we'll have better luck this time around and be able to kill them more quickly. I mean, Mailing has good attacks. We just got to get them activated. Hopefully we can do that. We haven't left the Trollbridge Mountains yet, but we will get there. So in the next episode, we're going to start right off with a big old combat. Well, actually, we're not. I could leave the area, but I'm not going to, because after our explore phase, we will then go to our travel phase, which is the beginning of the next phase, and that's where we'll start the next episode. So thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode of Trudvang Legends, where we're going through this really epic story. It's fun so far. I'm enjoying it. Combat's interesting. We'll see how it goes.